Goldcrest Valley greetings to episode number 52 with me, MrSealyp. Okay, there's a few things happening today, or in this episode. As you can tell, it's now 20 past 7, another evening, and what a surprise, I'm harvesting. My voice is still not great, but bear with me. Turn on the harvester. Right, this is field 12. It has corn in it. I'm not doing a silage harvest on this at the moment because of the problems I've had with the silage bunkers. But I do need corn for the pigs, and I'm running low. I'm running out, but I'm running low. So I'm going to harvest this for the pigs. Over to the right of the field, I've got the Challenger with the smaller AgroLime trailer. 21,000 litres. I don't think I'm going to get 21,000 litres off this field. It seems daft having the big Joskin Tornado when I've got the smaller trailer as well that I can use. Yes, I've got that over there. That's ready to use. This field I don't think needs ploughing. Just put the cruise control on. I don't think it needs ploughing when I'm done. That said, I've been getting a lot of comments recently, and I love it. It's great. You know, I've had a lot of very positive ones. I haven't had any particularly negative ones, which is good. I like that. Most of the ones I'm getting are constructive criticism. It's that kind of, you know, have you thought about trying this? Have you tried that? What about this? This might be more realistic. You know, that kind of thing, which is good. I like that. Two guys in particular, I think I've given a shout out to, well, maybe both of them actually already before, but Mark and Alan. Alan, you've probably heard me mention a few times now. Incredibly helpful guy. Loads of stuff that he's been suggesting and saying, and you know, have you tried this? Have you thought about that? What about trying this piece of equipment? And you know, a lot of the times, absolutely spot on. I've been so impressed, so lucky, and it is really genuinely helpful stuff. It's making me better at doing this, and I'm enjoying it more. It's solving problems, which is fantastic. Mark, exactly the same. You know, can't thank him enough for the advice, the criticisms, the things I do make mistakes on. But interestingly, when I started off doing these videos, not that I wasn't as confident, I suppose. I wasn't as confident. I wasn't chatty. I wasn't as happy to just talk. You know, it was all very matter of fact and very, I'm doing this now, I'm doing that now. And I think the problem is, over a period of time, I've become so relaxed, almost like, you know, you're just chatting to a mate kind of thing. You know, you don't really think about it. Mark commented the other day that I do this kind of tutting thing when I'm thinking, like a ticking thing with my tongue. I'm really sorry if it annoys you. I didn't even realise I was doing it, in all honesty, but I suppose it just shows that I'm quite relaxed and confident in what I'm doing. I've just turned it off. Brilliant. I'm too busy chatting. So Mark, I apologise. I will try and stop doing it. I know it's one of those things, but there you go. But thanks to you guys, both of you. You know, it really does make a huge difference when I get that kind of feedback, and it helps. It really does. I did unload a little bit as it was running down towards the end, because I suddenly realised it would be on the wrong side for unloading. But beacons are on. He's not far off full actually, so I'm just going to unload. It is loud. Actually, I think I might easily hit 21,000. I didn't think I could even come close. Yeah, I was wrong. There we go, 21,000. I'm full. I really didn't expect that. I'm going to take this up to the pigs, and the rest I'm going to put into storage for the time being. I'm ready for the pigs. I really am surprised. I didn't think I would fill this up. That's a good yield, actually. Mine's gone blank. There we go. Cover. Beacons off. It is a completely excessive tractor for for hauling a 21,000 litre trailer, but never mind. It is actually the only one I've got available at the moment, which you'll see why in a minute. Oh, this thing is drinking fuel though. I mean, absolutely drinking fuel. I am still clearing the hillside. Clearing's probably the wrong word. Scouring is probably the best word. Now I think I've got my tip side as rear. I'll put the help on actually, just so I'm sure. Tip side, grain door, yeah, that'll fine, that's fine. That'll work. Perfect. Stop unloading. Do the last bit of offload. I think it's going to be over 10,000, another 10, so that works out about, yeah, 31,000. That's good. I do like the light on the auger pipe on this one. Really good. There you go, just over 10,000. Brilliant. Can put that in storage. Everything is growing. Now, off screen, between episodes, I filled something. Oh, good grief. Filled 18, little small one on the bend of the road. I did sugar beet harvest on it, and I think it was the final job in getting a good price. I think I paid 46,000 for it, not very much at all. So I've stuck soybean in it. Not the quickest way to empty this actually. It's fine when you're putting stuff into the little bunkers and things, but I should just take rear door. So that's field 12 harvested of corn, and the pigs now kind of replenished, because corn's the sort of majority crop they eat, in all honesty. I want to have a quick check on the map actually. So our soil composition is looking pretty good on 24, 19, 15, 14, 11, 7, 9, and up the top 3. they're all full. They're good to go. I haven't got to do anything with them. 2, the one I worked on in the last episode, that will need 1 more going over. 8 that I bought in the last episode, that will need another fertilising. 22, 23, where I've combined them, that will need another 2 lots. No, another lot. Oh, I don't know, I'm confused now. No, 2 lots, according to that. Yeah, so I didn't slurry it first, did I? No. And same with 30, that will need going over again. 18 was the one I bought in between episodes, that will need going over once more. 2, so the fields aren't going too bad. 21, 17. Fruit types, I've got a real mixed bag. I've got a lot of soybean in the ground, I've got canola in the ground here, I had corn in here. This one is, what did I put in that? Barley. Up the top here I think I've got another wheat field. Did I do 2 wheat fields? That was a mistake, didn't mean to. Oops. Corn up the top. So I've got a whole, like I say, another canola field here. So I've got a few different crops in the ground. So here's the next job. I'm back at the store. I'm in the T7, and I did say, because of the slurry situation, that what I might do is, click on that, I might get a manure spreader, because I have got some manure. Now, not a huge amount. I think it only works out about 39,000 litres between the pigs and the cows. I don't know if it's going to be enough, in all honesty. But I'm not going to buy one, because I haven't got enough. I'm going to rent. That said, it's not cheap. And again, this won't be 5,390 to lease it. Okay, I'm going to lease it anyway. There we go. Lease it, yes please. Now this isn't going to be your standard, again, the purists won't like it. I wasn't intending actually loading it up, but you know what, I might do. It might take me a while, at least the first load anyway. So there we go. I'm going to take it up to the pigs, because I can take up the Valtra with the bucket. Well, that's not really going to be very helpful. Could do the manure fork, really, couldn't I? Right, bear with me a second. I've got an idea. It's not a great idea. Normally these things are really planned well ahead, but at this time, not so much. So this is off the back of something else that was suggested to me, I think by Mark. If it wasn't you, Mark, I apologise. If it was Alan or if it was someone else, I can only apologise. I think it was. That's terrible, isn't it? Right, stop that there. Yeah, I've jumped in the Manitou. I thought it would make more sense. I've got the bucket, not the manure fork, but that's not the end of the world. And I'm going to load up the spreader. I think I've only got about 19,000 here, and that's what the spreader holds, so that will work out fine. Okay, so... oh, there we go. Hasn't really filled it, but that's okay. So I'm pretty sure the manure fork is much, much bigger than 10,000 litres or something ridiculous. Could have probably done it in 2 scoops, but never mind. Right. This is some weight on these wheels. Whoa. That does not like that at all. I was going to say at least I can't be accused of not doing it properly, but I'm sure somebody will say, should have been with the manure fork. It probably should have been. But it's not the end of the world. Making do. I don't want to rent a manure fork or buy one, because I'm not going to do this, I don't think, often enough to warrant it. And having just rented this, and it's cost me about 5,000. What's that? That's the 4th load, isn't it? Still taking it. For all intents and purposes, that's it. That's all there is. There's a tiny, tiny, tiny bit left in there, but we're not going to quibble over that. And it hasn't taken it all anyway. Right, dump this back in there, and then we'll be good to go. I'll leave this here for the time being. There we go. Lights off, jump out. Back into the T7 with a full load of poo. How delightful. Well, it's kind of a mixture, isn't it? There we go, nice. Lights on, beacons on. Is there a beacon on the trailer? No. I do like the Joskin logo that's kind of laser cut, whatever, however it's cut out of the metalwork at the front of the trailer. That's really cool. Those rather vicious manure flinging blades at the back. Beacons off. Now it's got a 15 metre spread. I'm not quite sure how far that's going to go. So I'm going to set a worker on it. I need so it kind of does it more efficiently than I can do it. I'm not quite how quickly this is going to go down. Oh, I've missed a bit. Never mind. Always come back. Whoa, that is dropping quickly. I'm going to run out. But anyway, there we go. Flinging manure. Again, the graphics are brilliant. The animations. So what's that used? 4,000 in one strip. I might get away with it. Now this isn't running down now because what I did, stupidly, I set it on helper refill pig manure heap. I'm going to turn that to off and it should stop when it runs out. If it runs out, then I will set it to pig manure heap. So at least I have done it. I did fill it up. It is using it from here. When it runs out, I'm going to switch it to pig manure heap, so it will take it directly from there. Actually, I might just get away with it. Fingers crossed. You know, I think we might just do it. By Jove. The Joskin Tornado 3. A tornado of manure. How lovely. Oh, crikey, that was close. Right in the tornado. I've never really done manure spreading, like muck spreading like this before. I've done slurrying. Oh, please have enough. Come on, come on, come on, come on. 2, 1. No, come on. Right, okay, it stopped working. So, what I'm going to do now, go into here and then go all the way down to helper refill manure, cow manure. I've run out. Oh, I haven't run out, have I? Oh, I'll use that first before I go into the pigs. Right, set the worker off. There should be just enough left in there to do it. There we go. Now I did miss a strip down the side here. I don't know if I've got enough. It seems rather excessive going all the way down the side here just for... I'll do it. Just for the sake of OCD. Just to make sure I've covered the whole field in manure. And also to say I've done it. So that kind of tick in the box. Nope, I've run out. Oh, great. Okay. Pig manure heap. Off we go. And that is field 12, well and truly manured. Now when you think about the actual, not the logistics, but there's kind of the maths behind it, or the math, depending on where you're from. If I had tons and tons and tons of manure, so if I build up my pig farm and my cow farm, so I've got 100 cows, 150, 200, whatever, and the same with the pigs, and they were producing mountains of the stuff, and the same with the slurry, then keeping the slurry spreader and the manure spreader would be a no-brainer. Problem is I've leased it, and the argument is, well, it's free manure. And it is free, technically. But this has cost me 5,000 to rent. So whilst the manure was free, I'm 5,000 out of pocket. If I spent 5,000 on fertiliser, I'd be no worse off. And I've already got the fertiliser spreader. So when you look at it from that kind of from a cost implication, if I bought this would cost about 47,000. What was it? This one was 49,000, and that was 87,000 for the bigger one. So to recover that amount of money, you'd have to use it a huge amount, is what I'm saying. But I've used it, and it works really well. I like the way it covers the ground. It's interesting. I'm not going to use it again for a while, so it does actually garage. It does need to go back. Was it a waste of money? Not for showing how it works. You know, at the end of the day, I've had a go, I've used it, I'm going to return it. I haven't got enough manure anywhere now, in all honesty, to do another field. So it's been returned. I'm going to park this up actually. Don't think I need this for the moment. Oh, I do. Ignore me. I need to take this down to the store for the next part for field 12. And here we are at the store. Wondrous. Now, this was definitely from Alan. Okay, now the ploughs, I've tried different ones. I don't like the fact it leaves that weird triangle at the end and you have to go back over it, and it's just absolute pain. So I'm selling that one. What's this, the fourth plough I've had now? I'm selling it. 47,000, that's not bad. that's that sold. But what I am going to do is go in here, and what I have downloaded from the modhub into ploughs were these that came up recently. I wasn't sure what they were actually when I first looked at them. I read the description. I thought, what? I don't understand what they are. JYMPA, I think it's JYMPA. JYMPA. Now these are ploughs which almost look like it's got a cultivator bit on the back. You'll see in a minute. It's almost like a very deep chisel plough. Now, the small one requires 170 horsepower and is 3.6 metres. The next one up requires 225 and is 4.8 metres, and the Big Daddy is 375 horsepower it needs, and is 5.7 metres. So it's actually, the Salford is 6.2, so it's not as big as the Salford, but I didn't like that. But that one was only 4.9, the Lemkin. It's bigger than the Lemkin I had, so I'm going to buy it. With what I've just sold the Lemkin for, it pays for this. Or thereabouts. Well, yeah. So, I'm buying it. It's wide, it's unusual looking. There's all these nasty spiky things on the end. Well, they're not spikes, are they? Just rods, whatever you call them. But you've got this very, very deep, like, chisel plough on the front. Now, the good thing about this is, because it's squared off, and it fits directly on the back of the tractor, you won't get those horrible triangles at the end of the field. It will plough, not properly, I mean, say properly, but it's a different way of doing it. 3-point linkage, which is great. Where did I leave my tractor? Oh, they're over there. Oh dear, it's going to be one of those days. Right. Jump in the tractor. Turn it on. Now, this could all go horribly wrong in a minute, because what I've done is manured the field. Now, this was based on something Mark told me, or mentioned. He sent me quite a few messages, one after the other, about different things I can do with my field. Now, the only trouble with this is because it's quite wide. Beacons on. Don't want to kill anyone. Ooh, mind him. Yeah, this takes up a bit of the road, in all honesty. This tractor won't pull this, because this tractor's only got, I can't remember the horsepower is on this, but it's certainly not enough to pull it. I'll probably have to stick this on the Challenger. Now, you can slurry a field or manure it, like I've done, and I think you can then plough it afterwards, so you're kind of ploughing it in. And I think normally you cultivate in the manure or the slurry. I'm not sure. So I've manured field 12. It doesn't need ploughing, but I want to try this out. So I'm going to plough in the manure. That, at the moment, is the plan. I hope it works. I have the Challenger, and I have put on the new JYMPA plough thing. What I want to check first is soil composition. So, because I've put that down already, it's already showing as first stage fertilised because the manure's on the ground. I don't know if I plough this in, whether it's going to put it on the second stage or not. I really don't know. It'll be interesting to see. Field, if I click that off, the field doesn't need ploughing, but I suppose I could have just grabbed the cultivator. But I want to try it out, this plough. So, yeah, let's try it. Off we go. So the chisel plough bit goes really deep into the ground, realistically. Probably won't need so much. And then you've got this spike roller at the back, which I suppose is a little bit like a cultivator, so you kind of plough it and then it flattens it behind, I guess. Levels it out, I don't know. But it is acting as a plough. It's a nice mod, actually. I do like it. If it solves that problem with having the weird triangles at the end of the field, I'm more than happy to use it. I think it's good. It's a nice width. Obviously I've got it a little bit too far over, I think, at the moment, but it's a nice width. I am thinking, as I've been doing with a lot on my fields, of widening this one as well. I might stick one width of plough to the right, one width of plough to the left. Just make it a tiny little bit bigger, maybe. I don't know how that will affect up that end, but I might do. So now, when it gets to the end, it will lift But there's no funny triangle, there's no weird shape. It should go back into the ground, right next to it, like it would do with cultivating, like it would do with seeding. And I haven't got to worry about then doing the headlands, going up and down, covering up those triangles. So you know what? It does work. It's really good. Now, I don't know if this is going to... Let's have a look. No, it hasn't changed to the next fertilising state. But that doesn't matter, because when I put the seed in, my seeder will fertilise at the same time. I have widened the field. I'm just going over the strip in between just to make sure it's actually... Because I think I might have gone off a little bit. Just want to make sure it is joined properly. But it's wider this side by 1 plough width, and it is wider the other side by 1 plough width. It's not as neat as I'd hoped down the left hand edge, but you know what, it's fine, it will work. Just make sure this is all joined together. I'll seed this later on. Cultivator. Oh, it's taking too long. What a palaver. It's my own fault. It's probably because I've had a cold and I'm feeling a bit fluey. I'm not thinking straight. This should have been obvious, shouldn't it really? Because ploughing is the same as cultivating, it kind of registers it as the same. I went over a field that had been ploughed and I thought, oh, that's amazing, it doesn't need cultivating, but it registers the same. This field hasn't. Part's been ploughed, part hasn't. So cultivating is required, which I will do right now. After a rather weird and quite fiddly end to this this session, this is the end of this episode. Field 12 is done. It is now cultivated and it is seeded. Yeah, what a game that was. It is widened as well. So it has been an interesting episode. We did manure spreading. I did manure spreading, which I haven't done before with the Joskin Tornado 3. I also used the new JYMPA plough, chisel plough, yeah, it's under plough, so it's a plough, which I bought, which I like, and it was all on field 12, so we did quite a lot. Off screen with a worker, I did send the New Holland fertiliser sprayer to go off to various different fields because they were ready for their next fertiliser spraying. But there you go, it is now just gone 9:05. It's getting late. Field 12 is done. The end of the episode. I hope you liked it. If you do, give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free, and if you want to share the video, please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. As always, thanks for watching.